You're listening to another Conversation with Faye podcast, the voice of the untold stories. Are you ready to listen, be engaged, and experience the raw, the real, and the heartfelt conversations that leave you feeling the magic inside you wanting to escape? Are you ready to step up and allow that magic to be released and shine on the outside? Be inspired to want more in your life? To be you, be present and be in the moment, be curious. Now over to Faye Waterman.
Lyons is a visionary, an entrepreneur who is currently working with the adventure-sharing RathMORE, an historic Tasmanian rural retreat. And it looks absolutely amazing. Almost, she says, it's almost off the edge of the world. It's not really, but it's kind of in the beautiful place. Far from the maddening crowd, she has curated a beautiful country life at RathMORE to share her passion, energy, positivity, resilience and grit. She has shaped her fascinating life of successful business ventures, including travel consultancy, corporate catering, events, hosting 70-bed international accommodation, and now an authentic country experience at RathMORE, featuring elegant historic heritage and rustic chic accommodation for up to 27 and incorporating a perfect retreat workshop or seminar where she runs retreats like artist retreats and things like that. So perfect place for it. The countryside is amazing. At 19, Callie ventured overseas for almost 4 years. She worked in London and travelled through Asia, Europe, North and South America. Major highlights being taking part in an Ecuadorian archaeological dig. That sounds interesting. Living in the jungle on the equator and at 3 months in Bermuda. Back in Brisbane, Callie established a travel consultancy, escorting tours to country Queensland and Asia. But following the birth of her 2 sons, her catering career commenced. Callie supplied cakes to iconic Brisbane restaurants, Cats, Tango and Possums. She established a highly successful deli and catering business, catering for up to 500, which included presidents and royalty. In addition, Callie attained diplomas in financial planning and technical analysis and graduate diploma in finance and investment, and is a graduate of the Australian Institute of Company Directors. With these qualifications, Callie's involved herself in communications, equities, financial planning, philanthropic investments and property development. And there is so much more to this lady that you will find out. Now, I'm pleased to introduce to the microphone Callie Lyons. Welcome, Callie.
Hi, Faye, and good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I'm in beautiful, sunny Tasmania.
Is it sunny there right now?
It is. It's just glorious.
Wow. And it usually
I've had all that rain, but it's gorgeous now, and the grass is getting green, and it's really lovely to have the rain.
Yes, you didn't really want all that rain that came last week like it did in a deluge.
We weren't flooded.
Yeah.
We're high in the Central Highland Hills.
Yes.
I love hills because of that.
Yeah.
And we don't get flooded.
Yes.
We do have a dew rivulet that takes in water, but we're up on the hills.
So you're quite safe up there.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, that's good. Now, looking over what experience you've had and where you've been and what you've done, Callie, I'm just going to take you right back to your childhood, if that's okay with you.
It was a long time ago.
I'm just going to ask you, who was your inspiration as you were growing up?
My dad.
Your dad?
My dad was my hero.
And why was your dad your hero?
He was a very positive, resilient man. He'd been to the war. He was overseas for a number of years. He left my mother with a small baby. She was pretty brave to manage without him. So my eldest brother was 3 when he came home. And then he went to the sheep property in Western Queensland. He left family properties around Goondiwindi and Moree, and he had the guts to go out there. So I guess he always showed that determination and resilience, and he was just always super positive. And as a little girl, I used to love accompanying him out in the paddock and riding my horse with him, and going to the shearing sheds with him, and he was just a constant inspiration.
Fantastic. Did you get to shear any sheep at any time?
No, I was very good at sweeping up the wool from the time I was about 5 till I was about 10. I was also an absolute expert at stenciling the bales. I was learning to count.
Right.
And numbering the bales and weighing the bales, I think, was my first maths lessons from my dad.
Right, okay. And when you say stenciling, obviously that is weighing and tying them up and doing all that sort of thing, creating the bales.
Yeah, you put the name of the property. Our property was Boonamere, and you put the name of the property on the bale and the weight, and you number the bales. So that was one of my jobs, and I, took great pride in that. I had to keep the stencil still and not blur it, and I guess, they were good art lessons and counting lessons, and I took great pride in that, and I had a crush on one of the lovely shearers. I'd sit and talk to him in the smokos, and I would sweep up, and I'd help my dad pen the sheep up, and we'd count the sheep out. Again, that was great for my maths, and I did all of that with great glee at a very young age.
Fantastic. Now, were you homeschooled or did you go to a school Did you live on a property or...
Yes, we were 17 miles from a tiny town of just over 1,000 people called Tara.
All right.
My two of my brothers and I had governesses for the first 5 years of my schooling, and then I went to boarding school when I was 10.
Thank you for listening to this short snippet of A Conversation with Faye. There is still so much more to hear, so please head over to hear the full podcast using the link below.
You've been listening to a Conversation with Faye podcast, brought to you by your Conversation Queen and Connector.